This is the Earthworks Ethos. This is an absolute gem of a microphone that is out there and available to you for your content creation. In today's video, I'm going to stack it up against some of the most popular microphones that you've seen on YouTube channels and podcasts that are out there. Curious to see how this measures up against the big boys? Well, let's get to it in today's episode of Level Up. Before we get started, full disclosure, Earthworks did send this microphone out to me, I'd say roughly a year ago, and the reason I haven't done a review on it is because when they sent it out to me, they told me, hey, here you go, enjoy, just know, and they specifically said this in the email, you do not have to make a review on this. We're not asking you to. Just enjoy. And I have enjoyed, and I've enjoyed a lot over the past year, and I'm sitting here thinking, I know they never asked me to do a review of it, so I never did. But now I want to, and not for them, and not for me, for you guys. This whole channel right here, the whole point of this channel is to basically take microphones out for a test drive so it can help you decide on how to level up your content. So I thought, you know what? I don't have a single video on my favorite microphone in my arsenal, in my toolbox. So we're going to fix that today. So let's go ahead and go over what this microphone is. This is a cardioid condenser microphone, phantom powered. It comes in two colors, which is chrome or silver, whichever one you want to call it, but the shiny silver. And it also comes in the matte black finish, which is what you see here. Of course, I'm going to go with this one because I'm always going against the grain with microphones and people telling me what I should or shouldn't do with my microphone and all. You know me, I'm gonna do the opposite if you try to tell me what to do. So yeah, everybody has the chrome and it's a beautiful look. I absolutely love it, but I don't really see a lot of people using the matte black. So of course that's the color that I went with. All metal, awesomely built. It also comes with the triad ball mount. And what I love about this triad ball mount that they send with it, this orbital ball mount, is it allows you to position the microphone however you want. One of the things a lot of people love with the Shure SM7B is even when it's on a stand, you can still kind of get a hold of it. It doesn't go left and right, but it can go up and down. With the ball mount, I can go up, down, and all around. And the handling noise on this microphone, which is what the SM7B is known for, you can grab hold of it, move it around, you barely hear it. The Earthworks Ethos is the same thing. This is essentially, just saying this right out the bat, this does everything the SM7B does. So much more detail and a more open top. It has just room to grow, room to flow, and it just captures so much stuff in your voice in those mids and those highs that the SM7B doesn't give you, but yet gives you everything else that it gives. Just testing out the handling noise with this ball mount, yes, you can hear it when I stop talking. Now, I can also just like macro adjustments. Just let's say I want to move around and I want to shift in my spot and I'm just, okay, let me just go ahead and move around and get this thing twisted and turn it over here and get it in its right spot. I've now loosened it, moved it, and tightened it back up. And you never heard it. Just love this thing. If you want to go ahead and get this thing higher because you're getting handsy in your podcast, I mean, I can just keep talking here and I'm moving it around. And as I'm talking, I've now tightened it and locked it in. Beautiful performance when it comes to handling noise when you're using this microphone. I absolutely love it. Handling noise is minuscule compared to the other microphones that you usually see on this channel. And that's normal. They're budget microphones. So they focus all their money on just getting you a great sound. Just microphone that comes to the top of my head is the Fine AM8. Has a great sound, but they save money by giving you a plastic build. It's handsy, so if you're handling it, you're going to hear it. And also the tension screw on it, when there's an XLR cable, that cable moves, it's going to move the microphone on you too. But it gives you a great sound at $50. These microphones that are the $100 and up, especially the $400 price range, these are problem solver mics. They're going to give you great sound and solve a lot of problems. The budget microphones out there, like the Fine AM8 or the Fine K669D or the Mono PD100, those are microphones that are great budget microphones, under $60. Gives you great sound, but they still create some problems that you have to tackle and you have to overcome. You don't have to overcome anything with microphones like the Shure SM7B and the Earthworks Ethos. So yeah, just handling noise is just absolutely awesome. Getting back to the specs, this is 2.75 pounds. So it's that mid-weight. It's a little bit heavier than a Rode Podmic, just a smidge, but not as heavy as a Rode NT1 on its shock mount. Those are 4-pound microphones, so it's right in the middle. Signal to noise ratio, if that's something that matters to you, is 78 dB. So it's got a really, really awesome noise floor. Just solves problems. It's great at noise rejection. It's great at handling air conditioners and fans in the room. In my personal opinion, just comparing them right off the bat, I've just noticed when I have ACs and fan on the room, the Shure SM7B does a slightly better job at rejecting the fan and the AC in my room, but that's a dynamic microphone up close. It's designed to knock out things from far away. The Earthworks Ethos does an amazing job as well, but I will acknowledge that the SM7B is a smidge better at noise rejection in the room than the Earthworks Ethos. Not by much, but it is there. So if you're trying to figure out which microphone to go for in a noisy room, and that is the most important thing for you, Shure SM7B. But if you like to have a little bit of space between you and the microphone, the Earthworks Ethos is the next best thing. Now, as you can take a look down below, this is a relatively flat sounding microphone. It gives a slight emphasis on the low mids, and then the high mids, it just kind of just minuscule, just a little smidge of a little bit of a cutout in there, and then it just pops in the highs right there and just opens up the top and just captures all kinds of great stuff. It just gives you that vibrant sound in the highs and the details in those highs. And then also it gives you details in those low mids just to kind of feel like you still have enough low end to sit on and it's not overly boomy like the SM7B or some of these other broadcast microphones that are out there. It's just the perfect blend. A great foundation to sit on and an open like sunroof in your car. You can just reach up and grab what you want if you need to. And just love it. Anyways, look at that EQ curve. Isn't she pretty? Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm excited about it already. There's something else that I stumbled across a couple months ago when I was just perusing. I love the Earthworks Ethos. So every now and then when I see someone's video review coming up, I just want to see what they think of it because I love it. I want to see if they're going to talk mean about it or they're going to love it too. And I happened to stumble across a video made by Microphone Assassin. He's a professional voiceover artist, has every microphone you can think of. He's got Neumann's, he's got everything. And he had bought the Earthworks Ethos to add to his toolbox, and he felt like it wasn't, at first, using it in this use case, there wasn't anything that really separated it from the microphones that he already had. So he was about ready to send it back, but then he tried something, and it just blew him away. I reached out to him just to say, hey, this is awesome. I never even thought about it like this. Would you mind if I used your clip of your take as a professional voiceover artist and use this clip to play on my review for you guys so you can hear your perspective? And he said, absolutely, clip away.
I had to do 56 of those tags earlier this week, and I wish I had had this microphone. Listen to that. Are you kidding me? How is this a $399 microphone? I am blown away by the Earthworks Ethos. What I really, really like about it is the speed of the capture, the speed of this microphone, the immediacy of it. It is so detailed sounding, so realistic and lifelike. I was not expecting this when I bought this microphone. I actually did not like the sound when I first plugged it in. I was like, oh, this sounds kind of woolly, and it's really, it sounded like a more detailed SM7B. I was like, I don't know. And I thought, I'm going to have to send this back. And I'm like, no, wait a second. And so I started carving away at the stone with the EQ, a little bit of EQ on the Neve 88RS. And this started to emerge. This sound started to emerge. And I think that's the thing with this microphone, is out of the box, you may plug this in and it sounds like, SM7B-ish, but more detail. It's going to pick up more mouth pops. But inside, if you know what you're doing, if you know how to carve it out, a little bit of experience goes a long way. You can find what's inside there is magic. It's really great. So I absolutely am so happy that I purchased this microphone.
He said it, not me. Now that's coming from Microphone Assassin. He's a professional voiceover artist that does tags, crazy amount of tags all the time for professional companies. He breaks down different ways that you can use as far as EQ, positioning, all those stuff. Now, one of the things I noticed that I really like the sound of is when he removed the pop filter, as you see right here, he has the microphone pointed at what he called voiceover guys call the triangle of sadness. And that's basically the triangle between your eyebrows and the tip of your nose. So kind of right here. All right, pointing the microphone right there, and you get this sound for voiceovers. So it opens it up, less of that broadcast sound, more punch, more energy, and just like if you really got to get someone's attention, you're doing a commercial, doing some voiceover work, you got to get after somebody real quick and grab hold of them. Positioning it right here at that triangle, it gives it that. I never thought of using the Earthworks Ethos in this way. This is the setup I go with. I do a lot of video production for our church, announcements before service, playing on the TVs, all kinds of stuff. Anytime I need to do a voiceover, this is the setup I've been going with. And if you want to throw some flavor into it and you don't know how to EQ, I'm using the Rodecaster Duo, and I've activated the processing, and I put it in broadcast mode of the generic condenser profile. So if you like that process sound, you want a little more warmth reintroduced back into the tone of your voice, you got it. Now, time for the vocals. This thing blew me away as far as the vocal sound that I was getting, and also blew away the vocalist that was using it. They were used to using the Beta SM58, again, having to stay close and right up on top of it, not giving yourself a whole lot of room. They weren't used to having a little bit of space, a little bit of freedom. And when they had that space, they just kind of opened it right up. Now, what I loved about this setup, there are better sounding microphones out there. You name it, there's a price tag for everything. But what really stood out to me was, unlike the Beta SM58s, where I've got to do, 15 to 20 minutes of tinkering with EQ, sometimes longer to get that sound that I really like for performance on stage. With this one, I had 5 minutes. 5 minutes to plug this in and try to dial something in before these vocalists were going to sing some worship music to the middle schoolers that were there for chapel. You want to know how this sounds with vocals? And 5 minutes EQ and running and gunning with it? Here you go.
Hallelujah, and I know it's not much, but I'm nothing else fit for a king. So come on, my soul, oh, don't you get shy on me, lift up your song, 'cause you got a lion inside of those lungs. Get up and praise the Lord.
Chills, baby. Just chills. Love this microphone. All right, I'm in a different outfit. Why? Well, this is the future. And in the future, I have realized that I forgot to fulfill my promise I said in the beginning of the video, where I said I was going to put the Earthworks Ethos up against the most popular podcast microphones that you guys are seeing on YouTube and whatever platform it is that you're catching your stuff on. And yeah, I only did one, the Shure SM7B, forgot the others. So let's get to it. Going to compare the Earthworks Ethos against the top 4 microphones that I'm seeing pop up on the bigger platforms as far as podcasting and live streaming. This here is another microphone that's been gaining a lot of momentum lately in the podcast space. This is how it sounds out of the box. You don't have to EQ this to get great, articulate, crisp, energetic, vibrant sound from your guests. It's designed to have some space. So if you have guests and you bring them in and they have a hard time understanding that, hey, like the Shure SM7B, can you please keep that microphone close? Can you get it up near your mouth? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Please keep it by your mouth. A lot of people have a hard time with that as a guest on a podcast. The Lewitt LCT 240 Pro has you covered. It's designed to operate in space, so you don't have to worry about them forgetting about the mic. No matter where they are, as long as they're 8 to 10 inches away from this thing, you're going to get great audio. Back on the palate cleanser, this is the Earthworks Ethos. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. The Earthworks Ethos. This is the Rode Podmic. Now, there are 2 versions of this microphone. There is the XLR USB combo called the Rode Podmic USB, which is what you see here. And they also have a $99 XLR-only version, which is the one that you're really seeing everywhere. It's just been growing and growing in momentum. Just when you figure price, performance, the company, the brand name, you name it. $99, XLR, dynamic microphone, amazing build quality, a great quality piece of equipment at an affordable price. It's why it's showing up everywhere. Now, the difference between the $99 version and the $199 version, of course, this one has USB and software that goes with it. And as far as tone, it's just a smidge darker. But honestly, unless you're an audio nerd, you're not going to notice that difference at all. You got to look for it. This is the Rode Podmic, And this is what it sounds like. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. And for some, Clay Allen, cherries. Back with another palate cleanser brought to you by the Earthworks Ethos. This is a $399 microphone from my studio to your ears. So cheesy, but hey, it's a palate cleanser. What else do you want? This right here is the Shure MV7. This is probably the second most popular podcast microphone you see out there on podcasts and live streams. This is an XLR USB combo microphone, and this retails for $250. Shure MV7. And one last time, this is the Earthworks Ethos palate cleanser, $399 microphone. Let's get to the big dog, shall we? Let's do a sound comparison of the Earthworks Ethos versus the Shure SM7B. Default settings, no processing. Here we go. This is the Earthworks Ethos, $399, $450 if you want the matte black. But this is the sound. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. I am one fist away from the end of the microphone, so about 4 inches. And here is the Shure SM7B. $399 price tag, dynamic microphone. I have it in the Rodecaster Duo at 60 dB of gain. Processing is turned off and it's in the generic dynamic profile. I'm about 4 inches away from the microphone, same as the Ethos, and this is what it sounds like. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. And back on the Earthworks Ethos. And I mean, I can already feel myself relaxing as I'm talking into it. Now I'm back to just 31 dB of gain, and this is what it sounds like with the pop filter. Take this off and boom, you get a little bit of a lift, and you can start getting those airy tones and airy frequencies that the SM7B just can't grab. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. Let's go ahead and compare the off-axis rejection for these two microphones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my box fan. It's about 15 feet over that way. The airflow will kind of go right across the microphone this way, and we'll see how they do. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Now, one time through, no talking. Shure SM7B. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. And man, am I wanting some pizza right now. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. And yes, I'm going to put pineapples on it. How do you like them apples? Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple, and he will put pineapple on his pizza. All right, one time through with no talking this time. All right, before you decide to comment and say, hey, that's not fair, this microphone was 0.375853 pi times 7 degrees higher than the other one. If that bothers you, you got bigger problems than which microphone is the right one for you. I'm just saying. Comment down below if you didn't like that, or comment that you did. Anyway, I've got issues. Got lots of issues. Now, to close out this video, I went ahead and slapped my processing that I love for this microphone on it. This is the SM7B profile, and it's a custom EQ, one that I pulled off of the channel Home Studio Pro. This is a guy who used to be in broadcasting, radio, all that stuff. He came up with some settings that he used for the Shure SM7B. I used that. With this being a condenser microphone, of course, you're going to activate that 48-volt phantom power, drop that gain down to 31 dB, and this is the sound that it falls on. So I actually like the settings for the SM7B and the Rodecaster Duo that were custom made for this one better on the Ethos. And one of the other settings that I really like to use with the Earthworks Ethos for live streaming and things like that is this is the Rode NT1 profile on the Rodecaster Duo. Processing is turned off. Then you slap on some processing with it in neutral mode. This is what you get. Switching over to Podcast Studio, this is the sound that you get with the Earthworks Ethos. And this is the Rode NT1 profile with the broadcast preset in the Rodecaster Duo. Just some great sounds with processing. Doesn't matter what I do to this thing. They all sound great. And this is the sound straight out of the box. Plug and play. This is the sound you get. And this is what we're going to wrap this video up with. And if you haven't figured it out by now, at the end of this video, it's my favorite microphone that I have in my studio. Is it the best microphone out there? Absolutely not. There are other microphones out there that, you know, $600-700, even you could even argue some $300 microphones that would give this a run for its money. Microphones that kind of got my interest peaked a little bit. The SE4100, that sounds like a great microphone. And what's the other one? Oh, the Lauten LS208. Man, I am just waiting and chomping at the bit to get my hands on that microphone as well. Again, it's the SM7B, only more information and more detail being grabbed. And because it's a condenser, you don't have to stay right up on it, and you don't have to push so hard your vocals. That can wear you down if you're doing a podcast that's over an hour, if you're trying to keep your levels up. You can relax with the Ethos, have some fun, and enjoy the ride. And let me tell you something. With this being technically a long-term review, right? No recency bias here. I've had this for a year. I've tested a bunch of microphones between then and now. Still my favorite. Still the one I love the most. And the fact that I can use it for anything from voiceovers, shotgun style or shortgun style, whatever you want to call it. Vocals, that gives me that SM7B with the airy stuff with it. Details in those highs. And also broadcast, spoken word, live streaming. It's amazing. Doesn't matter what you do. It's amazing. That's all I got. If you liked this video and enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, please don't forget to hit that like button. Also, the subscribe button to become a member of the Level Up family. And hey, if you'd love to support this channel even more, I would love for you to become a member. I'd love you more. And everybody wants to be loved more, don't they? So think about it. Give it a shot. Just one of the perks you would get is whenever I finish a video, you get to see it as soon as it's uploaded. You don't have to wait like everybody else for my early week releases. You can watch something over the weekend before everybody else. Just a saying. All right, that's all I got. Earthworks Ethos. Mwah. Until I see you guys in the next video, my name is Mike Newman. I'm out.